friends, it's Teresa and welcome back to my channel. Today is the third weekly vlog for Trick or Treat-a-thon. Been doing this month long, so I will leave my previous vlogs down below should editing Teresa remember. But nothing exciting, just an intro to the vlog. I did get a chance, you guys watched my last week's vlog, I did get a chance to start Verity. I was at the time probably like 44 pages in, and now I am about 103. I just finished chapter... Wow, that was only chapter 2? Oh, no. I finished chapter 6 right before my lunch ended. But, just to give you guys a brief synopsis on Verity, if you guys don't know what this is about, this is Colleen Hoover's only thriller. I say that every time I talk about this book. I've heard really good things about this book. It's an adult thriller following Lo and Ashley, who's like a writer. She's kind of like down on her luck. Her mom just died, she got no money, she's about to get evicted. That is until she gets a mysterious request for Verity, who is a well-known author, to finish up the last bit of her series as she is currently incapacitated after a car accident. She goes to live with the family for a little bit to get to read the books, to read the outlines, to read the character information, just so she gets a nice idea of how to write and how to think in Verity's head. That is until she finds a mysterious autobiographical manuscript that details things that shouldn't be told to public eye, and now Lowen has to kind of deal with the fact that, the moral question of whether or not she shares this with Verity's husband, Jeremy, and whether or not this will be actually detrimental to the relationship or what have you. Like I said, I'm only 100 pages into this. I already have theories. I think because Verity and Jeremy had 3 kids. The 2 twin girls are now dead. One of them died due to an allergic reaction, and the other one died drowning in the lake behind their house. The 3rd kid, Crew, is still currently alive. He's the only boy. I feel like Verity might have had some shit to do with it, just because in the autobiographical, she not only mentions one of her kids by name, but then also mentions at the end of one of the chapters that Jeremy was always obsessed with her until he wasn't. And my thing is that maybe he got super obsessed with the kids, or maybe the money that she was making from it, and that maybe in an attempt to appease him, to make him happy, all that weird shit that women do for men. Oh, he's marking things as we're packing. All the weird shit that women do for men, she starts planning ways to kill her kids, in order to get, and kill herself in order to get, for him to get insurance money at the end of it. My other theory is that somehow Jeremy's somehow behind it, but I'm still trying to piece that one together to make sense of it. The other one is that Verity got super jealous of her kids because Jeremy is obsessed with their children and loves their kids, but would never do anything to them, and she's like, they gotta go. But I'll keep you guys updated on what I think. This book's going by pretty fast for me. I have a feeling I'll probably be able to finish this before the weekends, and then I will probably start Life and Death and then Brindlepunk Bruja to fulfill those prompts, but I'll let you guys know. Right now, I don't have a lot to do. It's just going to be packing today. And then probably reading and working on my bullet journal, because I haven't done that for the week yet. But I need to do that. What else do I have to say? That's about it, really, realistically. I got nothing else for y'all. So, I'll keep you guys updated on what I do. Just for now, enjoy some lovely B-roll of me and my boyfriend packing. So I'm in the middle of decompressing, of relaxing next to my boyfriend, eating pirate's booty, and reading. Verity tried to do what with a wire hanger when she was pregnant in her bathroom because she was jealous of what? 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 None of y'all told me about the trigger warnings in this book. Not that I'm particularly upset. I am just shocked. So shocked that I'm not even editing these zooms in. I'm manually zooming into my face. What? So everything from this Sport Tech box up, minus the coffee, are all books. And wait for it. I'm still not done. There's at least another 2 boxes left, and I don't have 2 boxes. So this is a fun time for me. a chance to read more of Verity. Verity's insane. Just downright insane. I am about 150 pages through, so about a quarter, maybe like a third of the way through, I want to say, if that. Half. That's halfway. That's halfway. Verity's insane. I have an inkling that she's probably like wandering through the house as like a very conscious person. Or it's her like maid, her like, not the maid, the nurse, April, just because she gives me sus vibes. She's very sussy, suspicious all around. It is Tuesday. I am nearly almost done with the book, which is great news for me, because that means I have more time to read other books. But I gotta edit a video today, so we'll see how much reading we get in today. But Verity is an actual psychopath. Like, what in the fuck? What in the fuck? This is how shocked I am. I'm using the manual zoom. I'm not post-editing this zoom. It's again. Yes, again. That's how shocked I am. She tried to kill her baby in utero with a hanger. And then tried to strangle her again post-utero. And to boot, when one baby died, he proceeded to blame the baby with Asperger's. That she killed her sister by giving her peanuts. What? I'm also positive at this point in my life that Verity is alive, like she's doing fine. She did all this mess so that way she got more attention from her husband. Like, she faked a car accident, faked that she is now has the mind of a child, so her husband will love her forever and never leave her. Ever, ever. Never, ever. Which is insane. Somehow magically, like, I can feel it in the back of my head. In the front of my lobe. Right here. Right where my frontal lobe is. I can feel it. It's spelled out in tiny words in my brain. The hamster has etched it into the front part of my brain. She's so obsessed with her husband. She's like, you know what? When she first gave birth to the twins, she was like, you know, I can't fuck my husband yet because the doctor said no. Because I had to be a cesarean section, you know. You gotta have healing time for it. You wanna know what she did, babe?
What?
She woke him up by sucking his dick, which, like, let's just discuss.
What?
Let's just discuss the weird things about, like, that. Like, she was like, oh, he's already hard. I'm like, don't most men get a boner in their sleep anyway? To prevent y'all from releasing the pee.
Mm-hmm.
And to boot, he was like, no, let's not. They proceeded to have sex regardless. And then was like, you know, my daughter just died in her sleep because of peanut butter. You know, all that stuff. But I am sad that my daughter is the only daughter I liked. But my focus is that I have not fucked my husband in 6 months because he is depressed. What? Like, I need to go to church. That's how like disgusting Verity makes me feel. I need to go to church and like go to confession and confess that I read this book. 'Cause my brain is like, what are we processing right now? I'm like, I don't know. Like, at first I was like, oh yeah, she can't attach herself to her daughters. They ruined her body. Like, you know, that postpartum shit. And then she starts blaming the child, the neurodivergent child with the disability, on not protecting her sister from eating peanuts. Like, she is just so painfully obsessed with this man. And, like, you know, I get it. Bare minimum men. We like the fact that they can flip us over a bajillion times before they finish and make us finish in the meantime. We like the fact that they love their children, you know, bare minimum. And, you know, support your careers and will be willing to be a stay-at-home dad and, like, make you food when you want or bake you a cake for happy birthday. Like, I get it. But, like, what? Wow. And I'm feeling a lot of things. I don't know. I'm just gonna go take a shower and start editing a video and maybe finish the book before bed and just be like, what in the nanny the fuck? On the bright side, I started reusing Lash Princess like mascara again, and look at how nice my lashes look. Certifiably insane, and I would not put it above her to like somehow magically fake all of this just so she can get attention from her husband and never be left from her husband ever again, because she is just like that obsessed with her husband. Like,
Right.
what?
I can't hear it no more. Living in a cliche, but I can hear your voice every time I feel overwhelmed, and every time we're home. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Sky so high, it's divine every time. Oh, cruising base busted into city lights. Oh, stargazing angel light and staying up until the sunrise. Roses and ice, open mics every night. Oh, sipping on Sprite and soju too. I do. One day this life will be for me and you. Can't replace the nights I lay awake in my bed. I can't replace the fulfilled promises I made and regret. I can't relate to their desires set in stone, can't reset. I wish I manifest the scenes and all the thoughts in my head. I'd be preparing for a show and you'd be right next to me. 8 names on my list, yeah, you're my VIP. We talk about our future and what we could be, but no, it's easier to say and talk than act on these dreams. It's fantasy. Oh, don't wanna relate to mundane sorrow, 'cause every time that we're home I know. Whoa.
What did I... So, she was lying in her manuscript all along? Like, I'm so torn on how much, like, because I'm shocked by that letter that she left, saying that her manuscript was just, like, antagonistic journaling. Which I'm very confused by. Because, like, at that point, why wouldn't you, like, tell your partner? Because I would, for sure, wholeheartedly be telling my partner, like, hey, heads up, if you find some damning evidence on anything, like on my laptop, in my journal, my phone, of me saying that I did things, antagonistic journalism, it's practice. It's practice. But then, it could also be like, oh yeah, I saw this playing out in front of me when I was faking it. So I wrote this letter to exonerate myself and make you feel like an ass. I don't know what to do. I don't know which version to believe. I think I'm gonna believe that she was a terrible human being who killed her own daughter. This is what I'm gonna do. Because, like, looking at like how long the letter was and all this stuff, it seemed purposeful, I think. It seemed purposeful. Like, she wrote it and it felt very planned, but then Verity also seems to be very good at manipulating and adjusting the truth, and I don't know what to believe. I'm just gonna go edit a video now and transfer files so I can edit a vlog in a few days. I need to sleep on this. I don't know how to rate this. What do I rate this? I don't. He's just okay with this? Like, his tail's not moving, like, not really flicking. He's kind of, like, intrigued. He's not bugged out. He looks comfortable.
Whoa.
I don't. Why do you love him more than me? This is sexism at its finest. It's two Aries vibing way too much together. Like, look at his face. Look at it. Look, he's not even slightly bothered. He's not even annoyed. He's like, yeah, this is it. Hey friends, it is now, what's today?
Or Wednesday?
Wednesday. Like you all saw from last night, I did finish Verity. I decided to give it a 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. It was thrilling, as a thriller should be. My biggest issue, which ended up knocking it a full star for me, was the letter. I discussed it a bit with Andrea last night. And while the letter did shake things up and make me question my entire conception of like reality and who Verity is, I feel like the length of the letter kind of ruined it for me. And it felt like at that point that Verity was trying to cover up her tracks. And it was just like, you know what, I just needed Verity to be a terrible human to be a terrible human. I didn't need this whole spiel or potential like description of like her wanting to change the fact and be like, no, I'm actually a really good mom. This was just a practice for writing. And it's very, I just kind of like messed with my perception of it, because like in most thrillers, the narrator is always going to be an unreliable narrator. You're only going to solely see things from their perspective, so it's never going to be 100% accurate. So I didn't understand, like at the end of it, it would have been fine to just like make it an unreliable narrator and be like, oh yeah, it's just like it's missing something. Like we can't really trust Lowen because she sleepwalks, and she could have been doing all these things herself, or she could have been hallucinating because she sleepwalks, you know? So I just feel like it was just like a weird thing where I'm like, okay, the letter could have been short and sweet and to the point, and we could have ended it there, and it would have been fine. I wouldn't have had a single issue with it. But then it was like 10 pages long, and it got too long for me. I started skimming. But my next read is Life and Death, Twilight Reimagined by Stephenie Meyer. This fulfills the prompt of My Bloody Valentine, which is read a book with romance in it. And this is basically Stephenie Meyer's attempt of telling everyone who was like, no, Bella's such a damsel in distress, so unfeminist, so blah blah blah, by gender bending every single character, save for Charlie and Renee in the Twilight series. So it's literally just the first Twilight book. I don't promote alcoholism. It's just, you know, I bought a 12-pack of Arnold Palmers, and we gotta drink it. But it's literally just gender bent, and I would like some die-hard Twilight fan to like tell me what their fan casts are of the characters in the book in the comments below, because right now I can't stop picturing Edward as Beau, and it's supposed to be Bella, but a guy. So if y'all can just do me a solid and do that, let me know. But so far it's interesting. Like Stephenie did explain her thought process, like Beau isn't exactly the same as Bella. She doesn't have nearly as much as like anger as Bella does, or like kind of spunk. So I really enjoyed that there are like those like very subtle differences, and I'm excited to see how like she does like damsel in distressing, like because she said that Beau's just a human in distress, like Bella is supposed to be a human in distress. She's not supposed to be like supernatural or all powerful. But I also wish it continued down with the series in that gender bend format, because I would have loved to have seen the whole concept of like the imprinting played out, because imprinting is supposed to be like, oh yeah, it's how you pass on the line. You pick the strongest choice for your genes to mesh with. But then how does that work? Because I know Leah is supposed to rarely imprint because she's considered like infertile because she faced. So would that mean that Jake's counterpart would never have imprinted on Bella? Questions. But I'm not gonna go eat this delicious burger and these fries and probably plot a little bit for NaNoWriMo while my boyfriend plays through Final Fantasy VII, the remake.
Sky so high, it's divine every time. Oh, cruising base busted into city lights. Oh, stargazing angel light and staying up until the sunrise. Reason eyes, open mics every night. Oh, sipping on Sprite and soju too. I do. One day this life will be for me and you.
It is now Friday. I'm sure you guys have seen the clips of me dancing like a little white girl to Taylor Swift. Also her Carly Rae Jepsen's new album. Both are phenomenal. Highly, highly recommend them. I haven't listened to the new Arctic Monkeys song though. But update on my reading. I haven't done anything since Wednesday, I think. But I do have some thoughts. No, Thursday. Because I read Thursday for my lunch. But I do have some thoughts on the book so far. I don't know. I think the one thing that Stephenie didn't really like acquire or like notice or think about when she was writing this is like, this is like this was like supposed to be like 2007, I want to say, when this book takes place. That I don't think she realized that like if girls were going up to the new guy in school, like being super hopeful or trying to like to walk him to class or like, get his attention, a lot of people would be like, someone seems a little desperate. Especially since that was kind of the time frame, at like the thoughts at the time. And even Bella got annoyed when the guys were like super like all on her ass about like hanging out or being around them or blah 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 blah. She was definitely like, oh, stay away, shoo shoo. A little too much, little coming off strong. So I don't know why Bo hasn't had that like thought process yet, because he's definitely had like the same like, oh, she's a little too hopeful for me, but like there was never, I don't think he's had that little click yet that they're all attracted to him, because he's the new toy on the block, I suppose. But yeah, right now we've met all the Cullens. Very interesting. I'm trying to like picture who would be who in terms of like how I would picture the Cullens to be gender bent wise, and it's very hard. It's very, very hard. But yes, right now we just got done bringing most of my clothes over to the other apartment. Everything that is like on the hanging rack got moved to the next apartment. All I have next are my drawers, like a dresser and all that stuff, so that'll be moved in tomorrow. A lot of stuff got moved in today. Boyfriend is currently in the office packing up his standing desk and his computer. And I am laying here, probably about to start planning for second vlog, because I don't have the energy to really edit tonight. And watching a movie. I'm watching Evil Eye, which is like a suspense horror. I saw a lot of it on TikTok a couple of years ago, and I just never got a chance to watch it, and it popped up on my Amazon Prime suggestions, so we're gonna do that. But if I get any more reading done tonight, I will let y'all know. I'll probably read a little bit just because I want to like relax and refresh myself. And the only reason I didn't get a chance to read last night was because I found a Dramoni fanfic on TikTok. And I'm not the biggest fan of Dramoni. Like, it's an interesting pairing, but it's not like the pairing that I'm like gonna die on. And this fanfic's pretty good, so I have been reading that. On top of sneaking in the Bibliophile Princess on manga. So, lots of things that were not planned. But it's fine. Alright, I'll catch up with y'all later. I am moving tomorrow, so probably not a ton of content. I'll probably have like a little walkthrough of the apartment once we're all like settled. And all the boxes are moved in there and all that stuff, but yeah. Right. I haven't had a chance to wrap this vlog up, but it is now Monday. Bookshelf did not make it, so I had to buy a new bookshelf. And dresser did not make it, so she is on the list. But other than that, moving's going well. I got a chance to read more of, I'm so sad, my tripod is at the other apartment, so I'm holding my camera, old-fashioned. But I read more of Life and Death. I tried finding the audiobook for it on Libby, and the audiobook on Libby has a 10-week hold, so that's not happening. Thank you. But I read more of the book, and like I have to say, she did Rosalie's gender bent name a disservice. Like, you go from a Rosalie, beautiful name, to Royal. You could have gone with like Rob or Robert. Probably not Royce given the name, but like you had there's a long list of names and you chose Royal. And to boot, I just feel like there are definitely some things that like would have like thought processes that would have shifted if it had been a boy thinking and not a girl. Like when Michaela or Mike was getting too forward, the guy definitely would have been like, oh, not the vibe. Bella was very much like, oh, not the vibe, but I'm not gonna say anything. Or how Edith talks to people, like it definitely would not have been able to come off like that way. And I think that's what Stephanie's missing, is that she gender bent everything, but she didn't take into consideration that when you do this a certain way, people are going to be like, suspicious, but okay. So yeah, but I'm going to wrap that up here, because I probably won't be able to vlog again until tomorrow, just because, or start the vlog until tomorrow, because I don't have my tripod, so I can't do any kind of situation here. And two, I'm very, very tired. I'm very, very tired. It's been a long weekend. It started snowing when I was moving. My bookshelf went away. I have to buy a new dresser on top of a new bookshelf. We still have to clean the old apartment. I'm just very tired. So, I will catch up with y'all, with all of y'all, probably tomorrow or something once I get my my tripod situated and whatnot. So, but yes, I will also be doing a new bookshelf tour because I am going to be reorganizing bookshelves. Once all my books are here. I think I have 2 more boxes left at the apartment. Yeah. Yes, 2 more boxes. Yes, if you guys like this video, let me know in the comments. I will also be doing a nice little apartment tour come that time, once everything's clear. Probably within the next week. So yes, if you want to see the new apartment, at least keep an eye out for that. But until then, hopefully you guys had a good time watching me scream out over Verity, which I will be doing a full spoiler-filled review of. And I'll hopefully be finishing Twilight Reimagined in the next few days before the month ends. Bye!